dancing, the food. The largest street party in the world is here. CALLE OCHO 97. 23 blocks of fun and festivities along Southwest 8th Street in Little Havana. Stop by the WSVN and Amor 107.5 FM stage on 17th Avenue and see some of today's hottest Latin artists perform live. CALLE OCHO 97, Sunday, March 9th between 4th and 27th Avenue. Brought to you by these sponsors and WSVN 7. Live from Little Havana, USA, this is the world's largest block party, CALLE OCHO 97. CALLE OCHO 97 is brought to you in part by your South Florida Ford dealers, Pollo Tropical, Advantage Flea Control, Stovetop Stuffing, University of Miami Jackson Memorial Hospital, and MCI. Now, live from Little Havana, USA, here are Channel 7's Rick Sanchez and Kelly Mitchell.
And hello again, everybody. And welcome to CALLE OCHO 1997. I'm Rick Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly Mitchell, and you know it's one heck of a party if you can keep the thing going for 20 years. This is the 20th anniversary of what really is the world-class South Florida premier Latin festival. It is just a blast, isn't it?
Nobody's really sat down to count them, but there are some 1 million people on the streets of Little Havana, or Main Street, Little Havana, CALLE OCHO to be a little more exact. And what we're going to do for you is try to take you to all the different venues to give you a real taste of what CALLE OCHO is all about. We've got crews spread out throughout the area. We are going to begin with none other than our entertainment reporter talking about just that, Tim Chernow.
Rick, behind me is the Channel 7 stage. People are waiting for Proyecto Uno to take the stage. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people have been asking me about this band. They are quite something. We're told that we'll be able to bring a little bit of them to you live during the show. What a wonderful sight it is to see all these people out here having a good time. The entertainment really is something, but Brian Andrews has got the food covered. He's somewhere else. Brian, take it.
And thanks, Tim. We're over here on the other side on 22nd Avenue. They may call this the world's largest block party, but we call it the world's largest pay-as-you-go buffet food line. The food here is great. We've sampled it all day, and coming up, we're going to let you take a bite. That's it from here. Let's throw it over to my colleague, Kim Morris.
Well, now I know what it's like to spend a not-so-quiet Sunday with about 1 million of my closest friends. As you can see, this is what has been a continuously growing swell of people from all different places, speaking all different languages, here to have a lot of fun. They are here for a lot of different reasons, and we'll tell you what a few of those are in just a little bit. Rick and Kelly, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Kim and Brian and Tim, all three of them. You're going to be hearing from them throughout the course of this spectacle that we've put together for you.
Now, we've touched on the entertainment, we've touched on the food, but you know, just the people who come down here, they're worth the price of admission, which of course is free. But you want to get a load of some of the people that we ran into, and we're going to introduce you to them when we come back with more CALLE OCHO 97.
You're watching WSVN 7's live coverage of CALLE OCHO 97.
What can you get for $190? Right now, you can get the most popular compact pickup in America, the Ford Ranger. Now you can lease the rugged, dependable, hot-looking 97 Ranger Flairside for just $190 down and $190 a month. It's an unbelievable offer, and that's loaded with a Flairside box and 14-inch cast aluminum wheels, 4-speaker stereo with CD player, power steering, and air conditioning. So get to your South Florida Ford dealer before this offer ends.
The news is getting around.
You just dialed 10-321.
About a way to save over AT&T on every call within the U.S.
Dial 10-321 from home, then make your call as usual.
And save 50% off all calls over 20 minutes.
It used to cost $10 to call my mom. Now it's $5.
Plus, get great international rates.
Mexico.
No fees, no minimums. Just dial 10-321.
No wonder the word is spreading.
What did your family have for dinner last night?
Burgers and,
chicken and, noodly stuff. What was that stuff? It was,
Drawing a blank? Maybe you should fill that space with stovetop a little more often. Because when you fill it with stuffing, you've done something they're not likely to forget.
Excellent.
Pretty simple, isn't it? All you have to do is remember the stovetop. Everything else is just stuff. Make a little or make a lot with stovetop in the canister.
Make a little or make a lot with stovetop in the canister.
Stovetop, everything else is just stuff. Make a little or make a lot with stovetop. Everything else is just stuff. Make a little or make a lot with stovetop in the canister. Stovetop, everything else is just stuff. Make a little or make a lot with stovetop in the canister.
Colds, kids get them all the time, but could a cough drop help your child get better faster? The story first at 5. Then at 6, they're beautiful, colorful, and a noisy nuisance in this neighborhood.
That just wakes you out of a dead sleep.
What's ruffling these residents' feathers on Love Thy Neighbor? It all starts Monday, first at 5 on the news station, 7 News.
An erotic movie about people who get aroused by car accidents. I'm Belkis Naray. It is the flick everyone's going to be talking about. Get your sneak peek Monday at 7:30.
Live in Little Havana, USA. Here once again are Rick Sanchez and Kelly Mitchell.
And we're just now starting to get into the thick of things. I mean, this is really the icing on the cake of what is known truly, the whole celebration, as Carnival Miami. So we're here for the grand finale, and that's one reason we decided to bring it to you as well.
Yeah, you know, this thing started now decades ago, but the way it kind of came together is some of the members of the Kiwanis Club of Little Havana decided that, well, they'd open the house up, literally. They'd invite some people over so they could see what this culture, what these people are really all about. Little did they expect they'd get 100,000 people the first year, and after that, well, it has blossomed, shall we say? In 1978, the Kiwanis Club of Little Havana decided to extend a warm welcome to all of South Florida. Their idea was to share that Cuban-American flavor, that of Little Havana, with anybody who wanted to sample it. They threw a block party. There they figured they'd maybe have 1,000 people show up. 100,000 people showed up. By 1985, they surpassed 1 million, and it keeps growing. It was originally called Open House 8, or Ocho, but even non-Hispanics like that Spanish version better. Thus the term Calle Ocho was suddenly born. The party now extends to 23 blocks of Little Havana, from 4th to 27th Avenue. It once held the world's largest conga line with the help of Gloria Estefan. For 20 years, Miami has been celebrating this way. The only exception came last year when the Kiwanis canceled the event out of respect for the brothers to the rescue pilot shot down in February of '96. But it's a new year. Calle Ocho is back, and it's expected to be bigger and better than ever. One would almost expect that because this event was canceled last year, there's a good chance that they'd probably double the number of people that would be out. Guess what? It's happened, folks. If you take a look down there, it looks like there are more people here than I've ever seen before covering this event, and good golly, I've been covering this for many, many years now.
Well, it does seem like they do have 2 years worth of celebration all bottled up within them, and that's one reason we want to get you to the celebration and the WSVN 7 Amor 107.5 soundstage, and that's where we once again find Tim Cherno, who probably will not be able to hear at all come Monday morning.
I hear you. Actually, the band behind me is kind of quiet right now. We're sort of between songs. You're looking at the band. It's called Proyecto Uno. I got to tell you something. These guys are really cool. I'll move out of the way so you can see them up there if they start to play something. Proyecto Uno mixes hip-hop with Caribbean sounds. Isn't that a great mix? And their music is so popular in clubs across the USA now that I'm sure you've heard some of their music. Their first release in '92 was a song called Brincos, and it won all kinds of Latin music awards. There they go. They're starting into it now. Their hit is El Tiburon. It's called The Shark. I love sharks. This band is really something. As you can tell, there's quite a few people down there who have been looking for them to come by and listen to them and check them out today, as they've been checking out the music on the stages all up and down Calle Ocho. And we're going to be listening to them a little bit later on, and of course bringing you much more of the fun and the festivities of Calle Ocho. But for right now, we'll send it back to you guys.
Oh, Tim, I remember the first year he did this. His pronunciation has gotten so much better. He is a native. I guess he's at least 10% Cuban now, don't you think?
At least that much thus far. Somebody else joining us for the very first time this year is, well, I'm not going to tell you who it is right now. First, let me tell you what she's going to do. Oh, there she is. By golly, it's Kim Morris. Kim, you've got a chance to talk to some of the people, some of which, you know, come back year in and year out just to take part of this thing.
That is very true, but there are an awful lot of what you would call, Rick, Calle Ocho rookies. I am proud to say I'm one of those people. And no matter who you speak with, no matter where they're from, they tell you there are lots of reasons to be out here, and all of them are good ones. Hey, where are you from?
Cuba.
I'm from Puerto Rico. New York.
Japan.
For some, it's the very first time.
I've never been into any kind of atmosphere with, ethnic groups.
For others, it's the 6th time.
I can dance a lot. My feet hurt.
I want to come because of the food. I love the food.
For $1 million plus, it's a good time. Having a good time?
Yeah, very much. Very good.
The music, the party, you guys, everything's good.
There really is kind of the whole world here kind of feeling, but that's a great opportunity to people watch. So let's see what we can see, shall we? Like a woman having her face drawn, to a dancing clown, to a kiss from an inflatable party face. Enough fun and faces to fill 23 blocks. Enough, shall we say, different people and things to try that makes this a rather unforgettable day. But hey, these people can't help but enjoy themselves because it really is a dance-stepping, jaw-working, instant smile and fun sharing, hey, glad to meet you, Calle Ocho kind of day.
You want to have a little fun? Come around.
That's right. Come around is right. And one of the things that makes this so incredible is that no matter where people are from, somehow they manage to stop and smile and share some laughter. They seem to realize what they have in common. Rick and Kelly, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Kim Morris. I'll tell you that, Kim Morris, she certainly knows how to put a story together. Imagine if that's your assignment. What do I have to do today, boss? Well, you have to go do a story about people. Which people? Well, there's 1 million of them out there.
Pick your closest friends and get started, young Kim Morris, and she certainly did that. And I think if you're one of the 1 million people who is down here, you're probably torn between the food and the music, the food and the music. However, if you happen to be a Latin musician, well, Calle Ocho is certainly the place you want to have your music heard. A lot of tremendous groups that are known worldwide, nationwide now, really got their start right here at Calle Ocho, and all you have to do is think back to the past kings and queens of Carnival Miami.
Calle Ocho's Carnival Miami is a spectacular event, attracting the top talent from around the world. In 1982, the festival crowned its first king, the one and the only, Desi Arnaz. Throughout the years, stars such as Celia Cruz, Jose Feliciano, Rocio Jurado, and Johnny Ventura have all graced Carnival. Miami's own Gloria Estefan electrified the crowds back in 1988, turning them on to her international hit, Conga. Since then, film star Maria Conchita Alonso, Emmanuel, Cheyenne, Willie Chirino, hometown singing sensation John Cicada, and Jerry Rivera have also reigned over this festival. As always, the king or queen personifies Carnival, the spirit of Calle Ocho.
Now, fess up, were you part of the world's longest Congo line when you, let's see, that'd be Conga line.
We started.
Yeah, I got it.
I think I fell down after the first block, so I didn't quite make it to be one of the hundreds of thousands in that thing. But, you know, if there's talent out there, you could bet that Emilio Estefan is going to be able to find them. And this year, you know, once again, it's happened. We're talking about Thalia. She is the queen this year of this spectacle. And I understand Tim Chernow is going to tell us a little bit more about her.
Yeah, this is the one we've all been waiting to see because she is, after all, reigning over this year's Calle Ocho and Carnival. Tim Chernow, have you gotten a glimpse yet?
I haven't seen her yet. I understand she might be playing on the stage near you guys pretty soon. Let me tell you, if you do not know who Thalia is yet, you probably will. She is hot, hot, hot. She does television. She does music. And the word is she's going to be going after Hollywood. So if you do not know Thalia yet, please allow us to introduce the Queen.
Thalia. She's fast becoming a regular here in South Florida, though there's nothing at all regular about Thalia.
Cuando estoy contigo, no me importa nada.
She's a phenomenon, an entertainment giant with a 22-inch waist. Her wildly popular novellas are seen around the world, and we're not kidding about wildly popular. In the Philippines, it took a presidential decree to get the time slot for her show changed. It seems the show was so popular, wives were ignoring their husbands and stopped feeding them. There's more. 2 of the guerrillas holding the Japanese ambassador's residence hostage in Peru are women, and these women are very big Thalia fans. Word is they insist on watching Thalia's novella every night. Her music and her dramas have made her an international star and a star right here in South Florida. And folks, she's just getting started.
Okay, let me be honest with you. If I wasn't here, I'd be up there watching Talia. Rick and Kelly, back to you.
Looks to me like she does a lot of sit-ups.
She does a lot of sit-ups, a 22-inch waist. That tells me one critical thing. She hasn't been eating enough of the great food that's around here.
While on the subject of the food that's being eaten around here, when we come back, we're going to be talking to you about just that. Amazing segue once again, Kelly Mitchell. We'll be back with Calle Ocho, 1997.
Live coverage of the world's largest block party, Calle Ocho 97, will continue in a moment.
Auto Week magazine called Mustang's interior retro and theme, well executed and efficient.
Por el dinero, a la revista Road and Track se le hizo difícil encontrar a un auto más musculosamente entretenido que el Mustang.
And right now, you can buy a well-equipped Mustang and receive up to $1,500 cash back.
Road Track says the immediate hit of rear drive power is seductive as ever.
Drive the 97 Mustang at your South Florida Ford dealer today.
Ask your veterinarian for Advantage. Advantage. Don't give fleas a biting chance.
A new idea is hatching at Pollo Tropical, and with it, another unprecedented taste is born.
Oink.
Introducing our new Island Pork Platters and Sandwiches. Generous portions of tender pork, marinated in tropical fruit juices and seasoned with natural spices from just $3.99. Yes, Island Pork specialties now at Pollo Tropical. The natural order of the world will never be the same.
While you'd be impressed that we can treat life-threatening injuries, what's really impressive is that we treat you like a person.
Now back to Calle Ocho 97.
Well, let's see. I've managed to grab a few bites of arroz con pollo, and I got my eye on an arepa before we get out of here today.
All right, so here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to get our order in. And our waiter is going to be none other than Brian Andrews, another rookie to Calle Ocho. Brian, here it is. Kelly wants an arepa, and I want a pork sandwich with lots of little onions and the little pork skin cut in between it to make it taste real crunchy.
Okay, Rick, we'll give it a shot, but there's just so many dishes here on Calle Ocho. You can eat your way all the way up and down the street, but with so many dishes, hey, let's give you a sample.
The first thing they do is stop their face.
Food for the masses, and there's enough variety to please anyone's palate.
Pinchos in Spanish.
Made with pork and onions and salsa chimichurri. This one, chicken.
This is taco with carne de cerdo, no, Chino?
It's called ceviche. You got shrimp in here, squid, scallops, potato. It's cooked in lemon sauce.
Yeah, we'll have the chicken divine, chicken breast on pita bread with cooked vegetables, tomatoes, lettuce, and the sauce. The gyros, the famous gyros.
Delicious tripa. Tripa? Tripa. Tripa de res. Now, what is that stuff? What does that taste like? Tastes like chicharrini.
This is octopus.
What does it taste like?
Oh, octopus.
Plenty to eat, plenty to drink.
Fresa, cherry, piña, tamarindo, lemon.
Cocoa fria, cocoa fria, cocoa fria.
There is food here from all over the world.
Nicaraguan food.
100% Colombia feed.
And this is a special Peruvian delicacy.
Peruvian, yeah.
Wait a minute, we're talking Chinese food at Calle Ocho?
Chilena, from Chile.
And you can't forget good old Cuban-American black beans and rice. And on top of the black beans and rice, they've got ice cream to give out to the masses here. So, Rick, we'll find you a flavor. We'll also see if we get you a big plate of beans and rice, because I know you're still a growing man, and we'll send it up there to you on the roof.
By the way, the flavor is mamey. By far the finest ice cream anyone has ever eaten on this face of the earth.
Well, I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm holding off on dessert. I may have to get to that tomorrow. We've been running into people here from Argentina, from Chile. Obviously, you can watch us in South Florida, but they are watching us all over the world in the Latin countries, and Tim Chernow has been keeping an eye on that situation for us, and he is once again at the WSVN 7 Amor 107.5 sound stage. That title's bigger than you are, isn't it, Tim?
Yeah, it is. Kelly, behind me, Proyecto Uno is still playing on the stage. You know, there's all kinds of entertainment available here at Calle Ocho. There's music. Well, all you really have to do is get down on the street and go and find it. Whatever you want, it's there. We found some. Take a look. It's early, so the Channel 7 stage is still bare, but that has not stopped these people from starting the dance party anyway. It's been 2 years. They can't wait to get to the fun of Calle Ocho. Take a look. Now, it's still early. That's one of the first performers we've seen on stage, but take a look at this. Dancing. It starts as a ripple, but you and I both know that later on today, it's going to be a jumping, moving street party, and everyone's going to be dancing. How am I doing? Pretty good, huh? I got it down here. On stage now, beautiful dancing girls. Okay, so they're a little young, but they're cute. You find a stage, you find somebody singing, you come out in front, and you dance, and you totally impress the chicks. Totally working for this guy right here. You hear that? I hear drums. Do you hear drums? I was right. Am I right? Rhythm and music everywhere. Everywhere. Well, now we're back where we started. What do you think? A couple of more people around. Take a look at the Channel 7 stage. It's going full swing. There's music. There's dancing. There's partying. There's everything that makes Calle Ocho the biggest party around. And what I love about Calle Ocho, it starts out with just a few people, and later on it turns into an enormous dance party. And I'll tell you, what a dance party it is. Again, behind me on the Channel 7 stage, Proyecto Uno. Rick and Kelly, back to you.
Wow, some pretty fancy moves Tim Chernow was making. Tim, I do have some aspirin in my office if you need it a little later on.
I think next year we should put Tim up right on stage. He should be one of the entertainers. We're going to have a lot more of this, folks. You stay with us. We're coming right back with Calle Ocho, 1997.
The 20th annual celebration in Little Havana, USA continues in just a moment.
Four-Wheeler magazine concluded it's no wonder 1 in every 4 SUVs sold in the United States is an Explorer.
In Off-Road magazine's opinion, the Explorer is truly a rugged off-roader for four-wheeling. Lease an Explorer now for just $299 a month for 24 months, loaded with equipment.
Current driver noted that on the highway, you get a feeling of comfort and stability. Drive the new 97 Explorer at your South Florida Ford dealer today.
Ask your veterinarian for Advantage. Advantage. Don't give fleas a biting chance.
A new idea is hatching at Pollo Tropical, and with it, another unprecedented taste is born.
Oink.
Introducing our new Island pork platters and sandwiches. Generous portions of tender pork, marinated in tropical fruit juices and seasoned with natural spices from just $3.99. Yes, Island pork specialties now at Pollo Tropical. The natural order of the world will never be the same.
How can I get my creamy cottage cheese to taste fresh every time I open it?
Sam, get out of the tub.
There's got to be a way to make it taste fresh every time.
Get out of the tub, Sam.
There's got to be a way. There's got to be.
Sam, get out of the tub. That's it.
Breakstone's cottage cheese is out of the tub and now available in snack size 4-packs for a fresh taste every time.
Honey, you're a genius. Get away.
Now back to Calle Ocho's 20th annual celebration.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Rick Sanchez along with Kelly Mitchell. Things you might say are a little crazy out here because everyone seems to be having just one whale of a great time.
Yeah, even us. We're having a swell time. We're getting back acquainted with each other and, well, getting our eyes on the food and making sure that we at least get our orders from Brian Andrews. That's his prime concern. And while we try to figure out what we're going to have to eat from this wonderful celebration, let's give you a last live look at the WSVN 7 soundstage with Tim Chernow.
There you go now. There they are behind me, folks. That's Proyecto Uno, and they are, as I might say, rocking the house. They're taking it apart, and as you can see, the fans are waving. They're going right along with them and having a great time. You know what? Tell you, sum up Calle Ocho in 2 words. Repeat customers. That's why people keep coming back to have such a great time year after year, as I have once again. Proud and happy to be part of Calle Ocho celebration.
Oh, Tim Chernow, we thank you very much for your up-close and personal look at all the entertainment sounds that make Calle Ocho what it is.
It is time for us to bid adieu, but before we do so, we're going to let you know about something special. For the first time ever this year, Carnival Miami, which is what Calle Ocho is a part of, was taken all the way down to South Beach. They've never had anything there before, but of course, South Beach has become one of the most hot venues in all of the United States, so they had to have some kind of South Beach spectacle. There it is. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rick Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly Mitchell. Happy Calle Ocho, and we'll see you next year.
Calle Ocho 97 has been brought to you in part by your South Florida Ford dealers, Pollo Tropical, Advantage Fleet Control, Stovetop Stuffing, University of Miami Jackson Memorial Hospital, and MCI.
Pete heard about it from his neighbor.
10-3-2-1.
And he passed it on to Beth.
With 10-3-2-1, I save over AT&T on every call within the U.S.
And save 50% off all calls over 20 minutes.
Just dial 10321 from home, then make your call as usual.
And the charges appear on your regular phone bill.